You're 30 years old, and something just isn't adding up anymore. You've been grinding for years in a job that doesn't pay what you deserve, doesn't challenge you the way you need, and honestly, doesn't feel like yours. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you've thought about healthcare, good pay, job security, recession-proof. But then the same wall hits you every single time. Medical school, 8 years, $200,000 in debt. You think, that ship has sailed for me. But what if the ship you've been looking at was never the one you needed to board? Here's the reality that most people in your position never get told. The highest paying jobs in healthcare are not the ones with the longest training. They're not reserved for MDs and surgeons. There's an entire tier of allied health careers, clinical roles, hands-on technical roles, where you can walk in with 2 years of focused training, pass a national certification exam, and step into a salary that rivals what most 4-year degree holders are making after a decade. We're talking $70,000, $80,000, even pushing past $100,000 in certain markets and roles. That's not a fantasy. That's the data. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, allied health occupations as a whole are projected to grow faster than nearly any other sector through 2033. And the reason is simple. America is aging. The demand for imaging, diagnostics, and specialized clinical care is not slowing down. It's accelerating, which means the window you're looking at right now is actually wide open. But here's what most people completely miss when they start researching a career change at 30. They look at this decision the same way they looked at their first career, as if they have unlimited time, unlimited patience for trial and error, and no real financial pressure. You don't have that luxury anymore. You have rent, maybe a family, responsibilities. So the goal isn't just getting into healthcare. The goal is finding the highest return path that actually fits your life as it is right now, not some idealized student version of yourself. That's why I want to focus this conversation specifically on 3 fields that consistently get overlooked when people talk about fast healthcare pivots. Not nursing, not phlebotomy, not the entry-level stuff you've already Googled. I'm talking about the roles that sit in that sweet spot: serious income, 2-year or less training, and genuine long-term career ceiling. The first one is radiation therapy, and I want you to stop for a second, because this one surprises almost everyone. A radiation therapist administers targeted radiation treatments to cancer patients, working directly alongside oncologists and operating sophisticated linear accelerator equipment. This is not a background role. It is deeply meaningful, technically demanding clinical work. And the median salary, according to BLS data, sits right around $98,000 nationally. Some experienced therapists in high-demand metro areas push well past that. The national certification is the ARRT, specifically the radiation therapy pathway, and most accredited programs run between 22 and 24 months. Community colleges in states like California, Texas, and Florida offer this program at a fraction of what a private institution charges. The ROI here is almost absurd when you lay it out on paper. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because the second field operates in a similar orbit, but with a different kind of intellectual pull: nuclear medicine technology. This is the career that chemistry graduates and science-minded career changers were practically born for, and most of them don't even know it exists. A nuclear medicine tech prepares and administers radioactive compounds, called radiopharmaceuticals, to help image organ function at a metabolic level. Think about what that means. You're not just taking a picture of anatomy, you're capturing how the body is actually functioning in real time. The technology is cutting edge. The median salary runs between $85,000 and $95,000 nationally. And with the expansion of PET court imaging and the growing demand for cardiac nuclear studies, this specialty is quietly becoming one of the most resilient in all of diagnostic imaging. Accredited associate programs exist, and again, community college pathways are absolutely viable here. And because of that, the third field changes the entire picture of what specialized imaging even means for career changers. Cardiovascular and vascular sonography. Ultrasound-based imaging of the heart and blood vessels. The demand for cardiac sonographers, also called echo techs, has been climbing steadily for years, and with cardiovascular disease remaining the #1 cause of death in the United States, that demand is structural. It's not going anywhere. ARDMS certification, the American Registry for Diagnostic Medical Sonography, is the national credential you're working toward. Program lengths vary, but focused sonography programs through accredited community colleges typically run 18 to 24 months. Median salaries sit in the $75,000 to $90,000 range, and in travel contract positions, the earning potential climbs significantly. Now I want to address something directly, because if you're in your 30s or 40s considering this, there's a practical challenge that most YouTube career channels completely gloss over. Prerequisites. Every one of these programs requires foundational science coursework, anatomy and physiology, medical terminology, sometimes college-level algebra or introductory physics. If you haven't taken these in years, or never took them at all, that's not a deal breaker. But it is something you need to plan for, honestly. The smart move here is to contact your target community college's allied health department directly, not just browse the website and ask for a program advisor meeting. Get a realistic timeline on your prerequisite gap. Many students complete prerequisites and co-requisites concurrently while working full-time. It's demanding, but it is done every single day by people with your exact profile. So let me give you the actual execution framework, the step-by-step structure that turns this from interesting information into a real plan you can act on this week. Step 1 is choosing your target specialty based on 3 personal factors: your existing science background, your geographic market, and your honest income goal. Don't pick a field because it sounds impressive. Pick it because it aligns with where you already have leverage. If you have chemistry coursework, nuclear medicine gives you a head start. If you've always been drawn to cardiology, cardiovascular sonography is a natural fit. If you want the highest possible ceiling and can handle an oncology environment, radiation therapy is your answer. Step 2 is your prerequisite audit. Pull the program requirements from 2 or 3 community colleges in your metro area. Build a simple spreadsheet. List every required course. Check which ones you've already completed. Identify the gap. Now you have a real timeline, not a guess. Step 3 is enrollment targeting. Apply to SAHEP or JRCERT accredited programs only. Those are the accreditation bodies that ensure your clinical training is recognized for national certification exams. An unaccredited program, no matter how cheap or convenient, can lock you out of the credential you actually need. Step 4 is financial mapping. Run the numbers honestly. Tuition at a community college for a 2-year allied health program often lands between $8,000 and $18,000 total, sometimes less. Compare that to the salary increase you're walking into. This is an investment with a measurable return, and you should treat it like one. And that's actually what makes the final piece of this so important, because the execution plan only works if you commit to it with the mindset of an adult learner, not a traditional student. You are not competing with 19-year-olds for social relevance on campus. You are building a financial asset. You bring work ethic, life experience, and a level of personal motivation that most traditional students genuinely don't have yet. Programs consistently report that adult learners perform at the top of their cohorts on clinical competency assessments. The perceived disadvantage of your age is, in practice, often an advantage. Own that. So here's what we covered today. 3 high-income allied health specialties: radiation therapy, nuclear medicine technology, and cardiovascular sonography, that can be entered through accredited community college programs in under 2 years, without medical school, without 6-figure debt, and with a national salary ceiling that rewards the investment. We walked through the prerequisite reality that most career channels skip, and we gave you a 4-step execution framework you can actually start using this week. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 fields is closest to your background? And what's the one thing that's been holding you back from making this move? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this video gave you something real, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach the people who need it most. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. New roadmaps drop every week. This is your career, your timeline, your call. Let's build it right.